What is going on, Internet? My name is James Kukon. Welcome back to Segment Next, and this wide expanse of a video is on some mind-boggling No Man's Sky facts that will leave you in awe. This is going to be a less structured video than my other ones, and it's going to be kind of just centered around talking points that I've come up with. I've kind of done similar videos to this in the past, so just let me know if you want to see more of these freeform videos, these less structured videos, and I will definitely be happy to provide those. Without further ado, here we go on to No Man's Sky. So the first talking point, the thing that I think is awesome about this game is just the expanse of the game. So the universe that you'll be exploring is a procedurally generated universe, meaning that kind of think about it, Minecraft, a Minecraft world, for instance, is a procedurally generated world. Every single time you log on, it's not being hosted in a server, it's not being hosted on your laptop. The game itself is generating that as you go through. Now, that doesn't mean that you'll get a new universe every time you log on. No, you'll get the same universe, but when you go to a planet, for instance, you will find flora, fauna, the planet itself, the terrain, whatever, it will all be different. Every planet will be unique, and not all planets will have life. In fact, Hello Games has stated that most of the planets in the universe are going to be barren, meaning that they don't have an atmosphere, they can't support life. That doesn't mean, however, that they're invaluable. You can still get resources from them, you can still discover artifacts on them, things like that. But again, so this is so it's a procedurally generated universe, and I think something that's just amazing is how, like I said, how huge it is. There are 18, I believe, quintillion is the number. I could be wrong, but there are 18 quintillion planets. And what's mind-boggling is how intricate this whole thing is. Like, this is a massive game, and everything has been thought out. Everything is being done in this awesome, just algorithmic way. For instance, the animals on the planets that you'll discover, if you do discover any planets with animals, every animal will have a different call. Now that sounds a little, obvious, and it is, but the thing that's cool is that, in a lot of games you don't get that, because in a lot of games you get repeat environments, you get, a lot of times character models can just be reskinned, and they'll look different, but they won't be different. But these things will be different. All the animals will be different. All the herbivores, the predators, even the plants, the terrain, everything is just going to be different. It's going to be a new experience, a new discovery everywhere you go. Although you got to be careful where you go, because a lot of these planets that do have life on them are almost like wildlife preserves. There's almost kind of a Halo-like aspect, or that generic sci-fi aspect of, there was once a race that was present in the universe that is now gone, and they left behind these robot things called Sentinels. Now these Sentinels are harmless for the most part. They won't bother you as long as you don't bother them, you don't bother the animals. However, if you do start attacking the animals, and the animals may attack you, so it may not be, it may not be as one-sided as the Sentinels may think. They don't give a shit. They will attack you, they will try to kill you, and you can have a wanted level. So watch out for that. That means you can be tracked down by interstellar police, it sounds like, which sounds both awesome and terrifying. Yeah, so basically, on top of this, there will also be factions in the game. Factions, I don't know if necessarily, I believe most of the factions, they're NPC factions, they'll be pre-existing. I don't know if you'll be able to create your own factions. I don't know if that's an aspect of the game that would be really interesting if they could introduce that. But we'll have to wait and see. But these factions, they could be at war with each other, they could have alliances, and you can choose to totally stay out of it, or you can choose to immerse yourself in that world. Whatever you want to do, it is up to you. Now, another talking point of the game, which I kind of touched on, is what you can exactly do in this game. And it sounds like you can do almost anything. There are trading convoys in this game. This game has an economy, and you can attack those trading convoys. You can make deals with them. You can mine planets, and you can get money from there. You can also get money from uploading data, discoveries of planets, animals, whatever. You can upload it to this giant universal-wide well, universal, I guess would be the right term, a universal communication network called the Atlas, which will log all of the players' discoveries. By the way, this game will have both online and offline functionality, so you may run into people if you're playing online. You may run into people. Hello Games has stated because the universe is so large, it's very, very unlikely that you may actually run into someone, but you can run into people. However, if you choose, if you don't want to run into anyone, you want to play offline, that is totally fine. Anyway, on the off chance you do run into someone or run into a faction, run into one of those training convoys, you can attack them. There are space stations littered throughout the galaxy. I believe you can attack those for resources. Like I said before, you do have a wanted level. So if it gets too high, you will be pursued, possibly by other factions and definitely by the interstellar police that rove the game. And a big part of this game is just exploration. The people of Hello Games, the creators, they really just want players to get out there. They want them to explore. They want you to find stuff. And like I said, it's gonna be totally. Everything is going to be different. Every planet you go to, there's going to be something new, something different, ancient artifacts from that alien civilization, new animals, new plants, everything. I know I'm reiterating a lot, but I just think that's really cool that they've put so much thought into this game to make it this what could be one of the most immersive video game experiences in the history of the medium, which is fantastic. That's awesome. It's the future, you guys, and that is fantastic. Leading into our third point about the future in this game and what it's like. Hello Games has stated that they want No Man's Sky to kind of mirror and pay homage to old school sci-fi. So I don't know about you. When I think of old school sci-fi, I think, of course, of things like Star Wars, Star Trek. You could even go so far as to think of the, old 1950s and 60s television serials that they would have on, like Buck Rogers or something like that. I was he a space exploration one. The point is, Hello Games is kind of going against the wave of popular sci-fi that we see now. A lot of the times when you think about it, with sci-fi, with science fiction as it's depicted today, there's a lot of negativity. It's very dark. A lot of times when you see sci-fi, think of a movie like Oblivion. Think of a movie like Edge of Tomorrow. Those are both Tom Cruise movies. Jesus. Think of a movie even like Interstellar. A lot of these movies have themes like hope, redemption, self-sacrifice, positive themes, but they're dark, they're gritty, they're not a very like bright outlook on life as it pertains to a sci-fi setting. However, No Man's Sky and Hello Games are trying to steer away from that. They're kind of trying to diverge. They're trying to go back to Star Wars and Star Trek and all of those great things. Even if things are a little bad in the universe, overall they're good. It's cool. It's a grand vision of what it could really be like. It's almost like they're trying to take a science fiction concept, the space exploration, and give it the theme and feel of a sci fantasy, because Star Wars is technically speaking is a sci fantasy. They don't really talk a whole lot about the technology, what makes it tick, what makes it go, but it's an immersive experience nonetheless, and it makes you feel hopeful. Star Wars for a lot of people was big in their childhoods, and it captivated them, and I think that's what Hello Games is trying to emulate with this title. They want people to feel kind of warm and happy, not necessarily safe, but they want them to feel comfortable. That there isn't going to be like an oppressive regime. There isn't going to be this massive interstellar war. There may be skirmishes here and there that some of which you may choose to cause yourself. But the point of this game is to just go out there into the wide universe and have fun. And I think that's awesome. I think it's about time that we started getting away from, these. I think people in general, whether you talk about video games or movies or whatever, people are getting tired of this constant, like, dark, bleak, gritty, whether it's an action movie or a shooter or one of those, like, super dense political novels about, like, someone who's going to unleash a virus on the world. That's a reference to the new upcoming Inferno movie with Tom Hanks. Go check it out. That's not a sponsor thing. That's just a trailer I saw. I guess they're remaking one of the movies from or they're not remaking. They're doing a third movie in the Da Vinci Code trilogy. I didn't know it was a trilogy. I don't think Tom Hanks knew it was a trilogy until they were like, "Hey, you want to do a third one?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure." That's just speculation. Anyway, I think it's cool that Hello Games is taking this almost kind of counterculture stance against the mainstream. And I kind of hope that some people start to go along with him. Maybe this counterculture movement could become a little bit of a mainstream one. So yeah, those are the things I found out about No Man's Sky. I know that a lot of them were kind of just been reiterated. I know that if you've been following No Man's Sky, you probably have heard all of those. But I think it's just time to really get hyped if you're not already for this game. I honestly do think that it is going to be a fantastic title. I have full confidence, and I really cannot wait to see what people do with it when it comes out. So don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below what you think, and just keep having a good rest of your day. If you have been having a good day, and if you've been having a bad day, I hope this has at least helped you have a little bit of a good day. So thank you very much for stopping by, and I will see you later. Good night!